so stay here. I'm used to move, so I will try to stay. No, it's okay. So my name, if you want to know how to pronounce it, Cecile Tezenas du Montcel, so I'm in French, as you can see. I'm working for HP. I'm the VR Business Development Manager for European region. And so I will mainly talk about VR because we are investing in XR, but clearly for this year and next year, we will focus on VR. And we'll showcase, showing what our customers are doing with VR and what is our value proposition and offer. So just one thing, you may know or not, HP is the company who founded the Silicon Valley 80 years ago. So we are celebrating this year our 80th anniversary. So it's kind of an old startup and not so small. That's the first product that was created by HP for Disney Studios. And I read recently an article on the company that were in the Silicon Valley in the 1970s. So if you look at all the companies that were present there at the time, 90% no longer exist. So we're still there, and how did we manage to be still there? One of the key motto of HP is because we continue to innovate and we are breaking new innovation. So it's one of our DNA. We continue to innovate. Even since 8 years, we continue to be on the new products. And clearly the trend of today, our product we are developing our product to break barriers. So we are investing in XR, machine learning, AI, so all the technologies that are really the star of the moment, we are investing in it. So XR is one of our key innovative pillars. And one of the reasons is we see all our customers in business. So we are focusing on B2B VR. We are not focusing on home usage. You may know HP from our own PCs. XR for us sits in the professional B2B only. And the reason that we see this growing massively, much more than on home usage, and we see it everywhere. Clearly, we are focusing on some industries, product development, so it can be the car vendor, the aircraft, aviation industry, everything, healthcare, location-based entertainment. So I was 3 weeks ago in an entertainment European show. 20% of the new investment are on VR, so all attraction park, etc., are investing in VR. Architecture and construction, of course, and training for any type of industry. And when I've been spending all the day in the demo area, everything is about training. And we clearly see VR as a complementary. It's not VR or AR. To me, it's VR and AR. VR is creating more immersive experience that maybe touch more the emotion and helps you to learn differently. We have customers that are starting their training curriculum in VR and then using the AR more as maintenance or supporting tools. So clearly we don't see it as one replacing the other. It's complementary to technology. And what we see also when we talk to our customers, being the big corporation or the small companies, is that every part of the company is considering doing VR or AR. We used to sell IT to mainly the designer, basically. But what we see is that manufacturing is now deploying AR or VR for trainings, but also sales. So it's used for sales support, for showrooms, for marketing, and support for training. So it's really an expansion we are seeing with AR and VR, IT going everywhere in the workflows and in all the steps of a product life management. Not only from the design, but design, sales, manufacturing, training. So it's really massive change. And usually our customers, they are pragmatic. They will not invest if it's not bringing a proper return on investment. And since 2 years that we have started the VR, we start having a good return from our customers on why would they invest in VR, why would they invest in AR, because at the end, the entry price of the device is usually it's expensive, but still the ROI is massive. So that's the reason why they are expanding and that we see it really growing. 2 years ago, we were working on proof of concept. We are now deploying solutions. And I see some example with numbers for training. So training in VR, It helps to have safer and repeatable training for high-risk situation, for example, and you can have maintenance training at a full scale, so it gets a better resolution. All the customer feedback kits, and we also do on our side for our teams, you save 30% of the total cost of ownership of a training solution by doing VR. Of course, you invest in hardware, but you are saving in multiple areas. You have better retention rate. So it's roughly 75% retention rate after 1 year if you have done something in VR, when it's only 5% in a lecture. So I'm sure that in 1 year you will only remember 5% of what I'm saying, which is maybe just my name or the color of the slide. If we do something in VR, you would remind us 75% of the retention rate. The efficiency of the training is much higher. And cost saving is coming from the side effects. So you are doing more training, you are saving hospitality, you are not damaging the part, etc. So 35% is massive, massive. Typically, similarly on architecture and construction, you can do more immersive design reviews with your customer. You can start reviewing the building before everything has been started to be constructed. So you are reducing the number of mock-ups, reducing the number of errors, etc. So at the end, the total, it's also saving time in building design reviews and total design. So 30% of the time saved, which is 30% of the cost saved in the design phase. And similarly for product development, it can be a car industry, aviation, using VR in the design phase. So when you have the design engineer that can be immersed in the car they are designing, you can work on better integration. You can reduce the number of physical mock-ups, and you can also explore more iteration of the design. So it's 5 times more different design explored, so being more creative and faster. And LB, as I mentioned, 40% of the growth of the location-based entertainment expected in the next 5 years is due to VR. So clearly VR is not, and I think everybody here is convinced, it's not a game for geeks, it's a professional technology that is growing super fast. So I will just give you 2 examples. The funny thing is that I pick Alstom. So Alstom, the train construction company. And I just, after I selected what I wanted to do, I figure out that Alstom is coming tomorrow to do a presentation. So I do a short one, and you will have the full story tomorrow from them. So Alstom is constructing train, and they are using our headset plus notebook and tower. The interest is that they are using, as I said, the different steps. So their design team, their sales, and their marketing, and they are deploying really widely to different applications. So it's in French, subtitle in English. It works? No sound, okay. So no French.
C'est la maquette numérique, la réalité virtuelle et la réalité augmentée. Une des caractéristiques principales de nos maquettes numériques, c'est la lourdeur. On travaille avec beaucoup de données. C'est pour ça qu'on a besoin de beaucoup de puissance de calcul et c'est pour ça qu'on a fait le partenariat avec HP.
Les applications de réalité virtuelle nécessitent l'utilisation d'équipements performants sur nos différents systèmes, par exemple, que ce soit le grand écran qui possède un cluster de PC ou nos casques ou les systèmes mobiles. On va avoir besoin de machines qui ont une puissance de calcul assez importante.
Dans le secteur ferroviaire, le premier train, il est aussi livré au client. Le train zéro n'existe pas. Donc, on le fait en simulant toutes les opérations, tous les assemblages chez nous. Des clients qui chargent, on travaille avec les clients et design and styling pour pouvoir faire le rendu réaliste de premier train, voir aussi toutes les pièces et tous les assemblages, toute la fonctionnalité, même les essayages de nettoyage de verre de vitrage à côté des sièges, on peut les essayer, on peut s'immerger à l'intérieur. Une fois le rendu réaliste, il est validé avec les clients, on enchaîne avec la mécanique. On conçoit avec nos ingénieurs toutes et chacune des pièces et on les modélise en 3D. Donc comme vous imaginez, on a des millions de pièces à modéliser, un train c'est très complexe et c'est pour ça qu'on a besoin de puissance de calcul. Une fois la maquette numérique elle est complète, on va s'immerger à l'intérieur pour pouvoir valider les opérations d'assemblage et la maintenance. Pour pouvoir s'immerger librement, on aura besoin d'un casque de réalité virtuelle qui ne soient pas liés aux fils et aux ordinateurs qui sont distants. Le HP ZVR Backpack permet d'avoir l'ordinateur sur son dos et être complètement autonome. Un exemple, c'est pouvoir se déplacer dans un train avec un fauteuil roulant en toute liberté de mouvement.
Alstom étant un groupe global, nous avons plusieurs sites de par le monde. C'est pourquoi nous avons intégré des équipements mobiles de réalité virtuelle qui nous permettent de collaborer ensemble à distance. Ces équipements mobiles, comme par exemple ce kit mobile, sont équipés d'un projecteur courte focale et de 2 stations de travail HP ZBook. Avec nos applications, nous sommes capables de collaborer à distance entre différents systèmes. Donc par exemple, un kit mobile, un casque de réalité virtuelle et le grand écran.
So I picked this one, Clay, because it's an example of a large company that is using VR at different stages of the design. You have seen, so when they start the design, they do design review for ergonomics, and the sales is using them as a train configurator. We also see car vendors that are starting to have car configurators, etc. You allows your customer to be immersed in the product they will purchase. So that's another application for marketing. So I take an example from HP. HP, you may know us from the printers and the PC, but we also sell much bigger products. So typically here, what I'm showing, it's this big thing here. This is a tech cafe vending solution, we call it. So it's kind of a big box as a vending machine where you can buy accessories. So it's something we sell to the large corporation. They install it in their offices, and the employee can come and buy, and not buy, but get accessories they need. These products, we have 3 or 4 in our portfolio. It costs us $50K when you want to transport everything. If I want to have a booth here and to transport all the product on the booth, it costs us $50K transportation and logistics. And so at the end, it makes that usually marketing decided to never show those products. So they decided to make a virtual portfolio visit and use case of this product. So it's purely marketing application of VR. And it's really where we see the largest expansion of VR, is that a lot of companies are using VR for virtual showroom, virtual visit, and enabling customers to see any product that you cannot bring on trade show. So just give you the way this VR application is showing. I will probably not go through all of it, but it's basically the idea is that when we have a customer visiting us, we show them the application, and we can also sell services that way. We are working with software companies that are using VR for showroom to show in real life how the services they provide can help their final customers. So just give an idea of what this is. But now, moving forward, on all HP booths, we don't bring the product, we bring the VR experience instead. So where do we play? Because HP is obviously a VR and hardware company, and we all know that VR is an end-to-end solution. It's not, we rarely sell headset by themselves for VR-ready PC. So we are a mix of HP products and partnership. So that when our customer is coming to us, we can propose them the entire solution. So obviously we have a headset of our own. We'll talk about it later. We have computing PCs, so notebook, desktop, etc. We are partnering with Unity and Unreal, and we have put in place partnership programs. So we have started a VR partner program in April to select in each of the region the key players so that we have a recommended list of software content creator and solution provider to propose to our customers. We also have partners that are doing the integration or the delivery of entire solution. So our VR solution is a mix of own HP design product and partner to integrate the solutions. So let's look at our portfolio. We are in the market the only one to propose both headset and PC to run. So you know in the market you have historical headset player, HTC Oculus, you have historical PC vendor, HP, etc. We are proposing both, which can be interesting because you can buy everything to us and everything is integrated. And to make, so all of them, as I said at the beginning, they are for us in our professional portfolio. So professional portfolio for HP, what does it mean? It's not necessarily about having the most powerful graphic cards or the most powerful processor, because you can find the same on the gaming PCs, but it's mainly to have to, what is here is mainly what is the big difference. So you have long life cycle, you have security, data protection, data privacy, which are key for professional customers. You have manageability, services, and availability worldwide. We are deploying right now for big corporations. Alstom is one, but we have many of them, that they are deploying the same software, the same solution across the world that we are capable to support. And in terms of product, that's the entire VR-ready portfolio from HP. So we launched, you may have seen it, we launched in in April, the HP Reverb, which is a 4K VR headset based on the Windows Mixed Reality technology. We are, I think, the only one to continue to believe in this technology, and we continue to invest with Microsoft to enhance the Windows Mixed Reality tracking system. The reason we continue is that, one, we think it's really convenient. It's kind of plug and play. You don't need controllers. It allows us to make super light headsets. And with working with Microsoft, we are working on making it more performance, better trackability, etc. We have a set of notebooks and towers that are VR ready, and we have a backpack that allows to be completely immersed. You have seen it in the Alstom videos. You can be completely free roaming in your VR experience. So just an overview of our new headset so that it gives some highlights. So to recap, this is based on Windows Mixed Reality in and out tracking. It's 2 times the resolution of our previous version, so 4K per eye, 1/3 lighter. If you want to test it, glue with in the booth 300 something, they have one, so you can see the resolution. The 4K resolution allows to create experience when you can read. So for training, typically, you are able to read documents or sensors or whatever that you cannot do with any other in the market. It's light, and you have seen the price. It's relatively affordable, which is what you can see. So we also have a backpack, which is the only professional backpack. The other one are more gaming PCs that allow, it's based on the 2080 graphic card. So it's the most performing notebook we have. And you can either use it as a PC or on your back with completely immersed in the models you are playing with. As I said, VR is a solution sell, so that's why we're also bringing we are building a partner program. So we just launched it in May, and we start enrolling new partners so that the first one that are enrolled, it's still open. Our intention, because we know today the VR market is really diverse. There are a lot of key players. To help our customer, we are selecting the key players in each industries and in each countries, typically. So we have TXT, which is very focused on aviation training. We have Glue, who are here working on collaborating design. The Rewind in UK, which is really focusing on co-marketing or marketing assets, etc. So the idea of building this developer program is to have a set of recommended software vendor for our customers. So if you're interested, I think there is the address here, or otherwise you go hp.com, go VR, and you have document on how to become an HP registered ISV partner. The benefit is that we are presenting this to our customers. So if I have a customer wanting to do VR for, let's say, collaborative design, we have one name to suggest them. And so to finish with, I mentioned Glue because they are here. So Glue is a company that we partner with recently, and they have created a collaborative platform. The intention is really to replace meeting points. So you can, when you have big corporation having remote team, you can now do remote meeting in VR. So that's one application, and if you want to, you can go and meet them in the demo area. So with that, it's time for the cocktail, right?